guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tita Lavinia of Tita's Pageantry, and for this episode, I dressed up for you because we will finally get to talk about Miss Grand International 2021, the recently concluded and super glitzy welcome ceremony, as well as my picks for the standouts of the evening. So please make sure you stick around, please subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that bell notification button for your weekly pageant picks. Guys, it's good to be back. I know that you've missed me because a lot of you have been sending me messages. Where are you, Tita Lavinia? It's Miss Grand International season. I'm just here. I just waited for the official welcome ceremony, and later on I will be giving you dates where we could discuss more, where we could see more of each other this pageant season. But before I go into Miss Grand International, I just want to thank you guys. We have reached 40,000 here at the Tita Lavinia channel. And I'm really very happy because, that one was just so organic. I did not pay for anything to boost that up. So maybe it is a little slower in growth compared to the other vloggers, but that's fine because that's how we roll. That's how I roll as Tita Lavinia. So it's gonna be slow and steady, but thank you so much, guys, especially for those of you who are my existing patrons, those who have signed up as patrons in the past but are still following me now, those of you who continue to watch my live sessions, as well as my weekly output. Thank you so much. And for those of you who haven't subscribed to the channel, please help this channel grow. I mean, I still have a lot to discuss with you guys. I am still in love with pageantry, and moving forward by next year, I do have plans of doing a little bit of an expansion. I want to be more open to collaborations. I want to be more open with maybe reviewing products or services, but don't worry, they will still be in line with fashion, with beauty pageantry, and who knows, maybe a little bit of travel here and there. So thank you guys. I hope that you will continue your support because, when I do my contents here, I don't just slap you with contents or cutouts of other videos. I mean, I really sit down and really write down my thoughts and really do my research. Dedicating this episode to Flickr Seeker, who so gallantly wrote on the comment section, "You are not a fan of Sam P? Sana sinuportahan mo kahit paano. Pinoy pa rin yun, and mabait si Sam." I don't know where that came from because I may not be as snappy as the other vloggers in producing content for you, but if you have been followers of the Tita's Pageantry page, I know that it's on private right now. My partner is doing thorough checks on those who want to be followers. But the thing is that we've been very active in promoting Samantha Panlilio. We're very happy with the way she's representing the Philippines, and we're very supportive. So Flickr Seeker, I don't know what you're talking about. So there you go. So I know that Miss Grand International is not a pageant that a lot of people take seriously, but just like Emily in Paris, this has become one of my favorites because this is a pageant that you really don't have to think seriously about. This is a pageant just like Emily in Paris. All you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And why not? I mean, even with what happened to Samantha Bernardo a few months back, I feel like this pageant is still worth watching out for, worth following because it's still glossy, it promotes camaraderie, and it's a glitzy, fashion event for all of us. And what I like about this pageant, whether you like this pageant or not, is that they seem to really give equal opportunities and in form of exposure, at least with their social media platforms. So even the arrival, as well as the welcoming of all of the girls who came in from all over the world, it was well documented. It was presented to us. So even if some of the girls came in very late or very early, they were there, they were posted on the social media pages of Miss Grand International. So for that, I appreciate them. And since a lot of people are still sore with Samantha Bernardo's performance and placement from a couple of months back, I know that Samantha Panlilio, our current representative right now, is being subjected to a lot of pressure. But if it were just up to me, I'd like to say that there shouldn't be any pressure at all because we all know how Miss Grand International would work in the Philippines' favor. And even with a stellar candidate like Samantha Bernardo, clinching the crown isn't really easy. So might as well enjoy the show. And I think Samantha Panlilio, with her, bubbly personality, um, with everything that she represents, I think she's doing a good job. I think she is representing us really well. And I think that she is not taking the fun out of this competition. So this year, there are 61 official candidates, and they were welcomed in Thailand. And the pre-pageant activities, as well as the pageant itself, it will run between November 16 up until December 5th. Now, they are, of course, in sunny Phuket and are staying at the 4 Points by Sheraton Phuket at Patong Beach Resort. So it's pretty luxurious. Looking at the events, looking at what they've been serving the girls, and looking at the activities that they have planned for the girls very early on. It hasn't even been a week since the girls arrived, and everything is in style. Everything is well taken care of. So I will be flashing the dates for you. I know a lot of you are interested to follow this, because even if it seems luxurious, even if it seems like an extended vacation, I know that it's going to be really exhausting for the girls because they have a jam-packed schedule. But the ones that I will be taking note of for you are the ones that we will be talking about further. So November 18, this was yesterday, was the welcome ceremony and press conference, which we will talk about now. The next time we will see each other will probably be after November 22nd, because that time they will have the best in swimsuit competition. November 25 will be for the interviews. November 30th is for the Natco show. December 2nd is for the prelims, and the final show will be for December 4th. So don't worry, we will have a lot of opportunities to do live sesh, and I will have more opportunities to really nitpick on some of the performances when I do these regular episodes for you. So yeah, don't get frustrated and think about me not supporting a particular candidate. It's not that. I'm just a little slower in filming as well as editing, because as you know, guys, I don't live in an area that's really ideal for filming. Everything has to be timed for me perfectly. So the welcome ceremony is something that we haven't seen before. Some of its elements we've seen before, like walking the black carpet back in 2017 at the Manila hosting of Miss Universe. We had a similar red carpet event. So, these are the events that really get me excited, because it means that the girls will get really glammed up. They'll wear their, beautiful jewelry, beautiful, gowns. And I think that the gowns that a lot of these ladies wore, gave me more excitement than when I watched Miss Universe the last time. So yeah, I was really looking forward to this event. And, my expectations exceeded, because again, they had the HD cameras, everything was choreographed nicely. And what was really nice about this was that they took an element from an event that they arranged for Valentina Figuera, Miss Grand International from Venezuela back in 2019, when Valentina attended an event and alighted from a really snappy sports car. So this time around, they did the same thing. The ladies went into twos. The ladies came out of red sports car, and they were able to walk from the entrance up to the escalator. So there was a lot of airtime for the ladies to really show their pasarela, show their style, show their beautiful wardrobe. They're really showing everyone that with Miss Grand International, everything is in the superlatives, from the food to the accommodations to, I don't know, the little paandars and the little gimmicks that they have in between. Because this is the first time that we've actually encountered the ladies, parading, wearing their national's crown. I mean, for me, it's a delight, because I'm always very interested with the national crowns. And so yeah, I mean, lately, all I've been doing in the afternoons is watch Downton Abbey, and for the ladies to parade in their tiaras and their crowns really made me think about Downton Abbey and how they would dress up for formal evening dinners. So I thought that was a really campy but super fun way to introduce the girls and welcome them at the ceremony. So let me now give you my standouts. These aren't necessarily my favorite looks, but they are standouts nevertheless. So if Scoot over to this side so that we have a little bit of more space on one side. So the first lady on my list is Miss Angola. She was in a canary yellow gown. I thought it was a really nice pick for her because she opened the show and it was something really bright and it really made her pop. It made her hard to miss. My second pick is Brazil. This one is also hard to miss because Miss Brazil is statuesque. With her short hair, she definitely stands out. And this time around, she had a different styling with her hair. She had her tiara on, which was really pretty. Her height was further accentuated with the dress that she wore. It was a column dress in pea blue with a little bit of a peplum detail. Number 3 on my list is someone who was late, but someone that a lot of people really waited for, and I'm talking about Miss Colombia. And she did not disappoint. Yes, she was a little late in the activities, but when she arrived, it reminded us of how Colombian beauty queens seem to have the same body type. Insane. We immediately thought about Paulina Vega and how tall she was and how fit she was. And this time around, Miss Colombia from MGI had the same height, same fitness, same curves, as well as that beautiful, barely there, sparkly evening gown. Next on my list is Miss Costa Rica. Now, Miss Costa Rica wore a colored dress, and I thought that this one really reminded me of a fun Versace couture dress. Whenever they would do like star patches, is that Versace or Gucci? But anyway, I really like this gown. It's really playful and it doesn't take itself seriously. Next on my list is Miss Ecuador. Now, her look wasn't exactly my favorite. I know that she wore chartreuse, but I thought that this look was just a little more theatrical, a look that is leaning more towards the 80s, but it doesn't matter because looking at Miss Ecuador, I just feel like she has that MGI look. She really reminds me of Valentina Figuera, and I think we should be looking out for this one. She's really pretty, statuesque as well, and has a really nice figure, and she registers well on camera. Next is the life of the party, everybody's spirit animal, the recipient of the Miss Macedonia Award. I am talking about, of course, Miss Hong Kong. Miss Hong Kong has been bringing us a lot of joy in this competition. It has only been a few days, but her antics are all over social media. She's fun, she's very game. Again, she doesn't take this seriously, but she looks the part. And I feel like just because of that, she's a definite standout. She doesn't miss an opportunity to really show her personality. And in a green gown for the welcome ceremony, I thought she was a success. Next on my list is one of my favorites in the competition. She is, of course, Sophia Rogan of Indonesia. Now, for the past few days, Sophia has been sporting a lot of more of traditional clothing, very loose clothing. So a lot of us have wondered, where is the goddess? And luckily for the welcome ceremony, we got to see the statuesque goddess that she was. She was in a gunmetal grade high-low dress. It was draped, it was shiny. She wore gladiator sandals, which really accentuated her long legs. And I'm really glad that we got to see a little bit of that edgy, young and hip Sophia Rogan that a lot of us are waiting for. Miss Malaysia looked really regal in her aqua blue waves-inspired dress. It was fully embellished. It was really sexy, but I thought it fit her body really well, and it made her look more of a vintage beauty in that dress. Next, I want to also give a shout out to Miss Nigeria. I thought that she had a really pretty dress on. I'm pretty sure that the bottom part of her dress, or the skirt part of her dress, is a Nigerian traditional fabric. But the way that it was constructed, it really reminded me of an Indonesian kebaya. I just wish that the mesh that made up her top could be a lot closer to her skin tone. But apart from that, I thought she looked really elegant. I thought she looked really regal and long and lean and everything I like in a beauty pageant girl. Next, I would also like to give this place to Paraguay, and I feel that I should give this a special shout out because for each event or for formal events concerning beauty pageantry, not a lot of ladies wear prints, and I always talk about this. I wish there would be someone bold enough to wear prints, and she wore a pleated gown and it was printed. It was really pretty. It reminded me of some of the works by Monique Louillier as well as Oscar de la Renta. I am particularly happy with Samantha Panlilio, of course, Miss Philippines gown. This was made by Lee Atelier, and it was a gown that had a lot of things going on, but it ended up really sexy, it ended up really cohesive, and it ended up complementing her petite frame. So Samantha was in a fully beaded dress. The top part had cap sleeves, it had a keyhole opening at the front, and a lot of people have coined this dress couture bahag dress because her legs were showing, the back part was flowy, everything was just so tastefully sexy, and a lot of people really like this gown, not just the Filipino pageant fans, but pageant fans from foreign pages as well. So kudos to the team. I thought she really looked the part and she looked golden. Next, I have Puerto Rico on my list because she wore a show-stopping gown, which incidentally was also the same gown we saw at the Miss Puerto Rico finals. If it looked good then, it still looks good now for the opening ceremony. If it were up to me, I would be wearing Miss Thailand's Indy Johnson's gown. It was a midnight blue and teal or green combination. The top part, at least the treatment of the top part, reminded me of Oscar de la Renta, but the gown itself, the way it was constructed, reminded me of some of Versace's dresses. So I love this. It's elegant, it's mysterious. I love the jewel tones. I thought it fit her really well, and I can picture myself wearing it myself, only thinner. Next, of course, the Venezuelan girls are always prepared. Miss Venezuela looked like Miss Venezuela in her hand-painted gown paired with extra long earrings. I thought this was just classic beauty pageant look. Wrapping up my list is of course the uber sexy Miss Vietnam. Now I know she's a little more scantily clad than the other ladies, but this is of course forgivable because she's wearing such a dress at Miss Grand International where it's welcome to be super sexy, and I thought that this was super sexy. Is this my favorite look? Probably not, but this definitely gave her a lot of attention, and I just thought that everything was just so open. I wish that she would have closed some elements and maybe showed more of her hourglass figure, but nevertheless, she was a standout. So there you have it, folks. Of course, a lot of the ladies look really gorgeous that evening, and the festivities continued up until the next day when they had a beach trip and a bit of a boat party at Patong Beach. So, we got to see a lot of the ladies bond with each other. The sexiness factor really, went up a notch. So, in the next few days, I will be seeing more of you. I hope that this is sufficient for now, and please let me know who your favorites were at the welcome ceremony of Miss Grand International 2021. Bye. Thanks, guys.